All right, today's a pretty cool day at school. We are actually designing the cover of our yearbook, so that's pretty cool. Get to work with the graphic designer and come up with some ideas, so super excited about that. Today we're going to be talking about my YouTube channels and what each of them are and kind of the numbers that I saw last year that made me want to try to pursue that as an extra source of income.
Looks so as cartoony as they did and what it came from.
Sure. Man, what an awesome day. They nailed it on the cover photos, so I'm super excited about that. So we got a couple errands to run. I'm gonna run through those and then we'll throw some numbers around. I'm getting a haircut today. I've got to get a haircut. This is ridiculous. Sorry, I forgot to do the before, but I'm new at this vlogging thing. It's funny because today's the 14th of January and you're watching this on the 15th if you watch it, which I posted the first video and it has like absolutely nothing. And I'm not telling anybody about it. I'm not showing anybody this channel. So honestly, it feels weird because I could literally quit today and no one would ever know. I'm literally just doing this for myself because nobody's watching these videos. Like nobody knows this channel exists. It's crazy and I love it because I'm going to be able to watch back in a year and see where I was a year ago. It's crazy to me. But I'm going to break down my channels from last year and what I saw that made me think that maybe I could become a YouTuber this year based off the data that I learned from last year. So last year I focused a lot on views. So I started out the year January 1 of 2024. I had 58,125 views. So I had that many views and I knew about what each video would get. And I knew if I posted 100 videos that year, I would break 250,000. So I said I'd go to hit 250,000 views. So get a little less than 200,000 views over the whole entire year, having a total of 250,000 views by the end of the year. That was my goal. I started out and just started pumping out videos, doing shorts, doing things like that because I saw that shorts were really big early 2024. So I started pushing out a whole bunch of stuff. I also, at this time, I only had 386 subscribers. So I only had 386 subscribers over all my channels. At this time, I only had 2 channels that I started. I had my original channel, which is Andy Do, and that had like 300. And then I had my other channel, which had like 80, I think. So together, these are combined over those two. So I had 58,125 views and 386 subscribers on all my channels combined. And really, I got lucky and unlucky all at the same time. So for my birthday, my wife bought me tickets to go see the Kansas City Chiefs. So I am a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan. I love them. I support them wholeheartedly since like 2004. I've been a fan. Just love the team, right? So we're going to this game and I am super pumped about it and she is super pumped about it. And I look at the weather and it says it's going to be -6 at the game. -6 degrees at the game with the wind chill of like 37. So we're like, what do we do? Do we cancel this? And we tried to sell our tickets, couldn't sell them. So I was like, hey, let's get as many layers and let's do as much stuff as we possibly can to survive this game. And let's make an experience and let's post about it. So everybody and their mother was talking about this game, right? Because could have been one of the coldest games. I think it ended up being 3rd or 4th coldest NFL football game ever played. There's still like 3 or 4 colder than that game. And it just worked out and so many people was interested in it and so many people wanted to know what we were doing because we posted that we were going to the game and we're talking about how cold it is and like it hit like 4,000 views and I was like, oh, let's post another video. So we did something else, posted that video. It got 8,000 views and then we're like, oh, we got to do something else. So we came up with another idea to talk about this game and we kept posting about this game and trying to come up with ideas around this topic that people were interested in. We found something that people liked and they wanted to talk about and they knew that we were doing it. So people started flocking to us. So we knew that this was huge for us and we just kept posting different things and talking about different things. We would answer people's questions and we just kept rolling with this and we're posting it on YouTube Shorts and we're posting it on TikTok. So these two things we're just blowing up on both channels, getting tons of comments. And my wife is scrolling through TikTok as we're driving to Kansas City and realizes there's a huge trend going on that's a get ready with me trend. And she's like, hey, I should do a get ready with me with all of this clothing that I have to put on because we got 6 layers, right? Because we're going into one of the coldest NFL games ever played. And we make this video and it blows up. Like for me, it blows up. Like for us, it blows up. I'm sitting here at 58,000 views for 3 years of hard work. And we get 500,000 views by January 13th, my birthday of last year. We had that many people find our channel, and February 1st, we had 654,387 views on February 1st. We almost jumped 600,000. We were 4,000 shy of making 600,000 views in 1 month, which was crazy to us because I literally thought it was going to be 250 by the whole year. So we kept trying to milk that as long as we could, but then the NFL season ended, right? We didn't have the Chiefs to talk about. So we tried to come up with different ideas, try to get things that motivated us to post and things we cared about. We came up with a little series. It wasn't as popular, but it kept us consistent. And when we'd post random things, something would pop off some here and there. And we get like 1,000 views here, 500 views there, something like that. So we kept posting these different things, trying to find what people wanted to talk about. And that kind of went on, and we kind of just rode the wave of the Chiefs pretty much until about May. And that's whenever it kind of plateaued at 700,000 views. And it just kind of stayed there and kind of stayed consistent for 3 months, really, up until August. At August, we had 737,318 views. So we hadn't gained over 100,000 in 4 months. So it was just dead. And honestly, it was summer and we're having fun and we didn't post as much. That was kind of on us as well. But it was just low and like nothing was popping off, and it was just kind of sad. And it was about this time that I also had my Do React channel, which is another channel that I made this year that has become my largest YouTube channel ever. And I've only have 12 videos posted on that. So I've figured out like a little bit of the algorithm and how to like tweak that to make that thing blow up. And I used all the stuff I've learned from the first 2 channels to put into that. And it's really slowly starting to take off, and I really feel good about that channel doing something. The only problem is I could get some copyright strikes because I'm using other people's content, but fair use should have me covered. But it's a long story. I'll get into that in some other video. But I found out that Linkin Park was about to get a new lead singer, and they were going to go back on tour and release a new album. So I found out this information. I started following it religiously, just updating it every day, trying to figure out what's going on. They posted a music video and did a live. I instantly jumped in there, filmed a react video, posted that video. That video started blowing up. It was a long form video, and it wasn't going as fast as I wanted it to. So I took a little clip out of me talking about it as a music video, because what I do is I break music videos down from a filmmaker standpoint. I took a little clip of me talking about this music video, posted it. That started blowing up a lot faster. I was like, okay, let's see here. And I was like, okay, everybody's talking about this new lead singer. Do we like her? Do we not like her? Everybody was like debating online. Do we like her? Or do we not like her? So I had my initial reaction of hearing this girl's voice for the first time on camera, and it honestly shocked me. So here's a little clip. So many people. Dude, she can sing. And from that, I posted that clip right there to TikTok, and it took off. Like, people were sharing their opinions. Dude, I hate her. She sucks. She's the worst. She does this. She does that. Oh, she's awesome. I love her. She's awesome. She's beautiful. She sings so good. It sounds just like Chester. Blah, 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 blah. And people were just commenting. And then people were arguing back and forth in the comments all along while my video was just playing in the background. So that got me tons and tons of views, and I went from that 700,000 mark to over 1.2 million is where I reset my yearly go to after hitting 500,000 in February. So after I hit, 500,000 in January. So after I hit that goal, I set it to 1.2 million, and it took me until September to get that done. And from there, it just kept blowing up. It was blowing up on TikTok, it was blowing up on YouTube Shorts, and I went from having 1.2 million views to 2,259,422 views January 1, 2025. So in a year, we got over 2 million views, which was absolutely mind-boggling to me. But I learned so much from that, and how it's very important to find what people want to talk about and post that and find that audience as quick as possible. So my Do Reacts channel is perfect for that, and it's lined up perfect for me to be able to find trends that are going on. It just takes until somebody posts something for that to take off. I think it's really neat, and I'm super excited to see where it goes. Let me just give a little breakdown of my channels and how I think they're going to do this year. I have my TikTok, which I think, is TikTok going away? I don't know. It's like on the 19th. We'll see if it goes away or not. We'll probably talk about it. They're trying to pause it or whatever, but who knows what's going to happen there. TikTok is really good for views and subscribers. Speaking of subscribers, I started the year with 386 subscribers, and I ended the year with 2,261 subscribers over all of my channels. A majority of that is TikTok, which kind of sucks that it might be going away. 1,005, I think, is from TikTok. 700 and something is on my Do Reacts channel, which is a channel I did not have at the beginning of the year. I started 2 YouTube channels this past year. I started Journey to a Million, which is where I try to turn $100 into $1 million. And I also started Do Reacts, which is my music video react channel. So those 2 were not there, and I used all the information that I gathered and learned from the other things, and I'm still learning. Obviously, 2 million views is good, but like, that's nothing compared to what other people have out there. So that's one thing that I'm really focused on this year, is finding the topics that need to be talked about, that people want to talk about, and really honing in on them and driving that topic home. I think that's going to be where my bread and butter is this year. Me and my wife, we're trying to find trends that are in the food category on our Do It To It channel, or different vacation spots that people care about, and different foods and vacations and fun things that we can do together that bring attention to what people want to already talk about and learn about. Looking back at our channel last year for Do It To It, our cruise video did really well, and we actually have a cruise plan this year, so I'm going to push really hard for cruises to be like one of our main videos this year, just to see what happens there. We go on a cruise vacation every year with a group of friends, so we're going to be pushing a lot of cruise content and see what we can do about that. I think that might be a really good lane to jump into and talk about as much as possible, and it gives us a chance to be able to go on vacations more, especially if it pops off. And I would love to be able to do that and talk more about cruises and like where we go, what we did, things like that. Journey to a Million, that is a slow grow channel, but when people find it, they go back and watch all my videos. I've noticed that whenever I get a new subscriber, I have 15, 20 views on random videos over my whole channel, because people will go back and they'll binge watch the whole series, or they'll jump back a couple of weeks just to see where I came from and how I got to the point that we were at. So that channel is a slow grow, but it's creating a loyal fan base, which I really love. Our Do It To It channel, it's slowly starting to get there. And that's honestly the one I'm putting the most time into, because honestly, it's just so much fun getting to do that with my wife. And this channel right here has 0 views, 0 subscribers, and I love it. Like, I love that this might, like, somebody could watch this video and then share it, and then it blows up, and like, this channel becomes my biggest channel. It's so weird how beautiful YouTube is. And I just love being able to tell stories on it. And my last channel is my first channel ever, was my Andy Do channel. I loved this channel, but I had a problem. I started this channel and I had all these different ideas, and I started doing these different ideas, instead of making a new YouTube channel, I started putting them all on this one thing. So I started out as it being a tech channel, me teaching you how to edit, me teaching you how to do different things. I would test out products, stuff like that. And then my town got hit by a tornado. And I actually filmed me going into town for the first time minutes after a tornado just passed, while the tornado was still on the ground in another town. I went to the courthouse, and I was the very first person with 2 other cops that just climbed out of the jail that was damaged severely. We see that the courthouse steeple is completely demolished. And we see this at the same time together. And it's just one of those moments that I captured, and it was horrifying and just haunting. And that video got 30,000 views. That was the most views I've had up until this point. And like I said, I had 58,000 views at the beginning of this series whenever I started pushing YouTube at the beginning of 2024. So 30,000 was a random video that had nothing to do with tech or anything like that. It was just my testimony of how I survived this tornado and me witnessing this horrific scene at our courthouse. I only had like 28,000 views on other videos combined, which was not a lot. So the fact that I was able to go and get 2 million views last year really showed me, and I kind of learned a lot. So I'm going to take you along with me and just show what I'm thinking as I'm like creating videos. Like today, a lot of people like our DoorDash videos on our journey to 1 million. So we did a little breakdown of like, this is what we made last year and how we did it. And I'm going to post that video tomorrow, which will be today that you're watching this. You could go to my TikTok if you want to be there for 6 days or whatever it is that we got left, or Journey to 1 Million YouTube. It's in the description below. I have the other 4 YouTube channels listed below if you randomly stumble across this. Video is me mumbling throughout on my video diary, as my wife calls it. Super excited about this. I think it's going to be a really cool year, and I'm glad that I'm able to share it. Not if nobody watches this, at least I get to watch it in the future and see where I was at and where I went from this point. So right now, as of January 1, 2025, I have 2,259,428 views and 2,261 subscribers over all of my channels. My goal is to get one channel to that this year. At least one, hopefully 3 or 4. I would love to have all my channels that way. I would love to have all 5 channels, but I want to be able to make money from YouTube this year. That's my goal. I want to be able to show that all this hard work that I'm putting in actually paid off and something comes of it. I really think it's possible, and it's a crazy world with social media. We're going to be jumping into some new apps if TikTok does get canceled. We're going to kind of jump into these different things to see if there's a way to get in early and stay strong. Because like I downloaded TikTok and I wanted to do it, but I just never did because I didn't have any ideas or anything like that. Or I thought my ideas were stupid and never committed to anything. So we're going to jump in early on a new app if TikTok goes away. But if not, we're going to really push TikTok and try to see what happens with TikTok, because TikTok is our largest channel right now. We have over 1 million views on that channel alone with 1,007 subscribers right now. Hopefully more will come, but like I said, TikTok might be going away. Who knows what's going on there. But guys, this has been another video. This is day 2. Today is January 14th. You're seeing this on the 15th. I've got this where I'm posting this content today that I film tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'm trying to do 6 o'clock every day, but who knows if I'm still having to edit these and I might get late, whatever. But like I said, I'm doing 5 channels, so just bear with me. I'm going to post a video every single day of this year. It might be a bad video. it might be a very short me just saying, hey, I didn't do nothing. Love you, bye. Video. I don't know. But just thank you for joining us in this ride. If you decide to follow along, I appreciate you so much. Yeah, we're gonna turn this thing into something, and you could be the first. Honestly, you could be the first person to just jump in this and ride it out with me and follow me along from behind the scenes of how I'm making these 4 YouTube channels into something much bigger than I ever could imagine. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.